Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson. You are watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. And we are excited to have you. And we got, hey, that's DJ Zirk.
Yes, sir. How you doing? Yes, sir.
That's my guy, man.
Yes, sir.
Look. So, Angelica, hilarious. Angelica, I just got to tell you, so I got here in 1990, right, to live here in 1990. I was stationed here in 86, 87, but came back to live in 1990. DJ Zirk now was one of my, some of my first friends, when I first got to Memphis. Now, look, and he'll tell you, I was different than everybody.
Yeah,
right? I ain't had no curls, right? Because I was still coming out of the military at the time. Right, but man,
Square.
Right, square. Right.
He was a good guy though. No, he was a good guy. He was a very good guy.
Yeah, and I say thank you to that. And an interesting thing is this, man. That something that I think people miss about Memphis is that you can be from somewhere else, right? But as people in Memphis recognize genuine and real people, right? I didn't have to pretend to be somebody else. I didn't have to act like I was, thug, gangster, this, that, and other. I could just be touche. True. Zirk could be Zirk, Squeaky could be Squeaky, and we are shit.
Well, you was helping us out too, what I'm saying? Along with, we helping you out. So, it all just worked, together,
Yeah, man, but look, it's so funny, man. I'm so glad we put this show together.
Yes, sir.
Glad.
Yes, sir.
Because, in the last segment, we were witnessing Memphis music history.
Yeah.
And here we got DJ Zirk again.
Come on
we
now.
are witnessing
Memphis
music history.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Y'all have no idea, man. And I tell some of our, and Angelica, especially Angelica, been educated.
I'm highly impressed. Okay, Memphis done went up too many notches today for me. Okay?
Hey, hold up, though, Kojak.
Too many
Now,
notches.
if I'm not mistaken,
Come on
in
now.
the pre-meeting, somebody said, y'all go talking about the history.
No,
and this, that,
I'm telling you what I said.
Y'all don't be, and I don't be.
I'm gonna tell you what I said.
Okay.
I said, Parkers, we're gonna do receipts right here. When you edit it, I need you to drop. Let me come edit so I can drop the receipts in the when we get to edit. They have conversation. Have you been somewhere and everybody friends and they keep talking about stuff that you don't know nothing about? And then you feel like you're the outcast. I'm like, I don't know. It's the same story. It's the same story with different people that come with different parts. I'm like, let's hit it. Let's not stay there. We can reminisce, but we can't reminisce in the past.
No,
forever.
but something, it ain't that because what we listening to now is Memphis and every type.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about his Jerry Curl. He was playing bass. And it
La, they were La.
Booty girl at
La.
And the line used to be around the corner. And do you remember Kurt Johnson? We used to be over there doing this. Sir,
Right.
no, we
But
don't.
what's crazy about all of that is that it's so all interconnected, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We can't talk about Spanish Fly without talking about Zirk. We can't talk about SMK without talking about Zirk or Al Capone. We
Or
can't
DJ Squeaky.
Right. We can't, man, and all of that was the foundation of Memphis music. And the crazy part, let me ask you, how many times you been sampled?
I'm still clearing samples.
You hear that?
Look, overseas.
You get paid for them?
Yeah, I'm hitting them with a lick.
Okay, I was making sure.
UMG, I just did 2 deals with UMG. I mean, that's overseas. That's Universal overseas. And it's like our music, we talking about like 89 music. Still living today, you know, and it's just so crazy that when I was doing it, I can't even believe it.
When it was being done, we
were just having fun.
Stuff,
yeah, we were just having fun, you know.
So do you think y'all was ahead of the game then, since it's still being sampled?
Well, we
didn't think about
we didn't think about that. Me and Squeaky, we knew that we were doing something different.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? But we didn't know that it was going to be today. That's why I said every piece of music you hear today got Memphis in it. And
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Yeah.
What's your most sampled song?
Man, you won't believe I got the Too Thick album is the most sampled.
Oh, that's the classic.
Yeah, that's the most.
Right.
Yeah,
which song though? Which song in particular?
You won't believe it's like a lot of them. I actually got about 25 more lawsuits going.
Right.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
With all the ones I even done cleared.
Right.
I'm like clearing them. My lawyer, we all going through them because people don't sample so much of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow, you know, to hear people from overseas and how famous and known that we really are overseas. They're like, I'm so hot in Germany. I just got a few problems I'm trying to clear up.
Right.
So I can get there.
Yeah.
Well, they want their 4100. I'm going to give them their 4100. I tried to talk them into it. And they like, no, man, we want the whole.
But the thing is, so let's go back. So which song, and I know the answer, this is a rhetorical question. Which song was the biggest hit locally for you? First.
Well, Lock 'Em in the Trunk was it because it was our radio song.
Right.
That was really the basis on the radio song. But Looking for the Chewing is really our first really underground hit.
Right. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, and you type in
that song.
Right.
And look, you type in Looking for the Chewing, it's about 100 remixes.
Right.
You type in Lock 'Em in the Trunk, it's about 100 remixes.
Right. Yeah.
I just all of a sudden
Why a
typed
light
in.
bulb going off now in my head?
I did
Don't judge me from Iowa kids.
Look,
Don't judge me.
I did a song called Dirty O. You know what I'm saying? And I just
come on, man.
Hey, look, I just
Calm down. Calm down.
Dirty Hoes. Okay. And I typed it up because I was looking for my Dirty Hoes song. Man, about 100 of them came up.
Right.
I'm like,
So does your attorney reach out to them if they don't have your permission?
yeah, no, he does. But I didn't know so many people was making remixes of our stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, wow,
Tommy
you
Wright
know.
he's killing it. Tommy Wright had something on who? Beyonce stuff? Yeah. It's, unbelievable, man.
I got one ASAP. I'm getting him. Man,
that whole
quite
thing.
a few.
Who are some of the artists that got something?
Well, along with DJ Paul, Megan Stallion, Lotto. Man, it's so Suicide Boys. Man, it's so many.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like
Kanye West.
Now.
Yeah, Kanye West. Kanye West.
Which Kanye?
He did.
Well, he actually thought it was somebody else's. Ended up, it wasn't that person's. But see, that person tried to claim everything out of Memphis.
Who tried to do that?
Don't do it.
Y'all know.
No, come on, man. Come on.
Well, I told him he don't pay me money to keep me silent, so I can't do nothing but tell my history and what I've been through. DJ Paul, he tried to claim that sample. DJ Paul and Juicy tried to claim everything out of Memphis, but they have to dig through. And when they dig through, but they'll go ahead and try to claim it.
Right.
You know, but see, along with him claiming it with Kanye West, he sampled it too. Now he done got himself in trouble.
Okay. You can clip. You can clip right there.
He should have just shut his mouth and let it go. Said, no, Kanye, that's not mine.
Right.
Instead, he told Kanye that was his.
Oh, Lord.
And he ended up, he got it on his song too.
Man.
That's a big lick, though.
I know, right? I know, man. But you know, like you were saying, how Memphis really is because we don't share. And I've been blackballed before too, and people don't understand. I didn't understand what was going on at the time. But as I was living, I'm like, wow, they did this. They started paying other people. You know what I'm saying? Like Tomsky got a check from somewhere. Or Squeaky would get a check somewhere. They might starve this artist out. You know what I'm saying, man? They did a lot of really breaking up in this industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they wanted Paul and Juice to look like they was the front runner. You know, see, me and Squeaky, we actually had, man, you wouldn't even believe, we had a bidding war. One record company told us, said, man, look, y'all just get a lawyer and y'all send me the contract. I swear to God.
There's too much teeth on that.
I swear to God. They were like, they didn't know what to call our music at the time.
They didn't know what to do with it.
They didn't even know what to call it. They were like, whatever y'all doing. I'm like, you know, because Lock 'em in the Trunk just was like, people like in California, they was telling me was riding with mannequins like they was in Memphis, riding with mannequins out the trunk. Oh, the legs sticking up out the trunk.
Wow.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
When we did our deal with RCA, you know, RCA was one of the biggest commercial, you know, distributors in the world, right?
Right.
They had no idea of what to do with our songs. They wasn't used to the stuff coming out of Memphis, number one. And I never forget, we had a song called Yayo. And me and my brother, you remember my brother Greg, right? We had a song called Yayo. And the executives at RCA said, we don't really know what yayo means, but we know it's bad, right? And so can they change it to payo? I said, you cannot cornematize my motherfucking song. No, we can't change. We can't. We can't make it corny now.
Right. Well, Memphis became as gritty as NWA. We was the next best thing. When NWA was dying off, it swept the Memphis. It left the West Coast and it kind of swept the Memphis. We was underground, we was raw. You know what I'm saying? And we were very what they doing now. You gotta think about it. My song Dirty Hole, Looking for the Tune, look at Sexy Red. The same thing. That's Memphis music is the most influential music there ever been. We are. Everybody took our club scenes. They even taking our Bill Streets. they taking everything from Memphis and learn from Memphis.
Look, Angelica gonna get tired of me, but I done told her this. And Chris,
Lord.
I want you to hear this too, Chris. You know,
Chris, don't hear it. Plug your ears.
People don't understand that when Club No Name was open, right? You know, that was the last time men and women danced together. And I give Spanish Fly. I give Spanish DJ Spanish Fly and Brother Jake them the credit for slowing the music down and squeaking them. Real talk. They slowed the music down, and then people started bouncing Gangsta Walk.
Well, we was actually creating music really before Fly. Fly was sort of trying. We went ahead and because he used to come over Squeak Out and learn the drum machines and stuff we were using. But see, we were putting our songs on mixtape.
No, but I ain't talking about him as an artist. I'm talking about him as a DJ.
Right. We were artists and producers.
Right. But they started playing the music. The music got slower.
You did.
So, you know, the whole, and I was kind of mad about it because No Name had the teeny weeny bikini contest, and you could dance with a woman, in a bikini, right? And then when they slowed the music down, motherfuckers start bouncing and gangster walking and buck jumping.
But that's why the industries didn't know what to do because they used to want to speed our songs up. You know what I'm saying? We're like, no.
MC Shan and Luke was doing their stuff back
fast. Right. So, but this is what I really did, and what me and Squeaky did. The stuff that they say that was hidden in the club, truthfully, I would take it and remix and make my own song out of it.
Right.
You know, because it was already hot.
Right.
You know?
I remember. I got to tell the story. So we ain't got but 2 minutes. But I got to tell the story.
Lord, this story will take 20 minutes.
If you know Memphis, if you know Orange Mound, Squeaky lived 2 streets over from Park Avenue on Saratoga. Right?
You was
I don't know
Airways and Lamar.
You remember? Right. And so there was a club at Pendleton.
Come on now.
Park and Pendleton. Club Memphis. What, it was
Park and Pendleton.
Yeah, Park and Pendleton.
Right. Oh, wait.
Club Memphis had glass windows, big glass windows.
We did.
Right? And one day, me and my brother was performing at Club Memphis. You was there.
Well, I was there.
And this dude got put out the club, right? And he came back and he shot the club up, shot the
whole windows out.
Yeah.
You remember
so
that?
they had to break it up.
They bricked no more windows. They bricked the whole thing up. They bricked the whole thing up that night.
Let me tell you a story. Wait, I got time.
Yeah.
Skinny Pimp even tried to shoot Squeaky in that club.
And then what happened?
Yeah, Skinny Pimp even tried to shoot Squeaky in that club.
I was in the house that night.
What was that about, man?
Well, that because when I was producing Skinny first solo, I produced the first Murder Pimps and Robbers.
Okay, yeah,
I produced the first.
Pimps and Robbers.
I produced the first one before everybody took what I did.
Yeah,
because
Skinny
somebody
was on
stole.
Looking for the Chewing Tune,
right. He was on looking for the chewing.
Robbers.
And he came over Squeaky house trying to get the tape, and I guess Squeaky wouldn't let the tape go. So I get a call. He done disrespect Mama and all that stuff. Man. So like I told Skinny, I should have actually talked to Skinny, but I didn't. You know, Squeaky like my brother, so we go looking for him.
Right.
We have a question.
Wait a minute. Let him finish the story.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. But you know what I'm saying? But you know, we have got into it. You know, me and Skinny got to fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
We got to fight. Homicide too.
Right.
We all got to fight. So one day, but we knew Skinny was gonna be up to something. We just had this feeling. But you know, we just
coming out.
Yeah, we just partying and carrying on. We all got our back turned. Somehow he done snuck in the club. On Park, Club Memphis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I went up there. Squeaky said he closed his eyes. That's why he didn't hit him. But he said the man closed his eyes and shot. You know what I'm saying? Why Squeaky was in the DJ booth.
Damn.
He talk about that in a song. He actually talk about that in a song. I almost hit 211 on
But see, that's why when he said in the rap, that he pulled a 44. In my rap, I said, no, it wasn't a 44. That was a 22.
22.
Hey, man, so let me ask you
Hold on.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Someone asked was this before it get bugged, but we might miss the window of what this. They says this before it get bugged, but we might miss the window before it get bugged.
Pretty Tony's get bugged. This stuff, some of this predates Pretty Tony's.
Okay, somebody asked
No,
that
well,
line.
let me rephrase that.
Tony started OTS.
I was there when he wrote that.
Yeah, Reginald Boyd, right.
I was there when he was writing that song.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because Pretty Tony was writing this song on a piece of paper with lines, a piece of paper like this. And he had, when he's writing Get Buck, he had this, he said, Pretty Tony such and such, Pretty Tony this, Pretty Tony that. And you know, Slice T and
I don't know if Psycho was
Psycho wasn't in there. I'm gonna tell you who it was. It was Slice T, and it was what's his name? You know,
Rodney Young.
Dang it, he moved to Atlanta. I can't believe it.
Rodney Young.
It was not. But Rod, Rod.
Well, you know, I used to take him to school.
He called about but look, we was all in the studio, and Gangsta Pat was in.
Yeah, and Gangsta Pat, right?
And look, and Pretty Tony said, Slice, what you said? Hey man, y'all listen. You know how Pretty Tony energy was, right?
Right.
Y'all listen. Check this out. Man, listen. He all excited, and I'm watching this, right? And he said, man, listen to this rap. Pretty Tony, such and such. It's Pretty Tony this. Pretty Tony, such and such and such and such and such.
Yeah.
Get buck.
Right.
And I'm Slice is the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Slice said, hey man, that's pretty cool. You know, he laid back, right? That's pretty cool. You know, but don't say your name so much, right? And he rewrote it, right? Man, that shit dropped him with a phenomenon, right?
Yeah.
What was the difference between Pretty Tony, Gangsta Pat music than me and Squeaky? Our music was slower and it was dark.
Right. Yeah.
That Get Buck is pretty fast.
Yeah.
You know, dun. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty fast. I mean, like you say, me and Squeaky just slowed the tempo.
Right.
All the way
That's
down.
what I said, man. Changed the industry. Changed the entire industry.
Right.
And then Atlanta picked it up.
Yep.
Picked up because Goody Mob came with a song. They don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Yeah.
That was a reflection of Memphis music.
Well, me and Cujo Goody was in the studio. He rapped on one of Squeaky projects, and we was talking about how Memphis was changing. The whole thing. That's why they swiped it.
Yeah.
But that goes along with us not helping each other out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People pick it up.
Right.
And I think it was you that mentioned.
Seems to be a theme, a common theme.
It is.
In all industries.
And I think it was you that mentioned you know, we were looking at Atlanta, but Atlanta was really
looking at us. Yeah, Atlanta was looking at us. Memphis and Atlanta at that time, like I say, Birmingham wasn't even nothing on the map. And, you know, it's like how all these cities is happening now, and Memphis is just, but our music is the industry.
We're top of the food chain.
Yeah.
Like Chris Pett, top of the food chain.
How many people really sampling Outkast? How many people really sampling Lil Jon?
Right.
How many people even sampling these folks from Atlanta? Nobody.
But who they sampling?
They sampling Memphis.
But let me ask this last question before we wrap up. How's the relationship with Skinny Pimp now?
Oh, man, we like brothers. We understood. Right. I was sort of a little bully. I'm nice, but then I am a bully.
Yeah, I can see that.
And how old were y'all back then, man? Because I was older than y'all. How old were y'all back then?
19.
Right.
Maybe.
Kids.
Maybe about 19. With no understanding.
And let me ask this last question, man. When you were kids, really hating, really shade. Look at it. Get that look.
That last question.
The last question. You're 19 years old. You're making this music because you love what you're doing, right? Did you ever imagine that it would be like this now?
That's what I said. I would have did it for free. I was doing it for free.
Right.
We all were doing it for free at the time.
Oh, no, for real, man. I love just expressing my talent and showing it to people, you know, for me being in my back room and learning, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's how I met him, you know. Me and Kojak go from
21st century, the first 21st century club. This was before we went out that way. Yeah.
It's amazing. This is going to be a great series because, you know, next week we got Al Capone coming and other folks, man. Yeah. But listen, man, y'all give it up for DJ Zirk.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Only reason why people ask me why I call myself an icon is because it's like I influence the legends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it's like, where can I, you know, I mean, I was serious, like Squeaky, even him from, even you, things that we done did, they feeding off of and they eating off of it. They probably eat more than us.
Yeah, but even better than that,
what?
You can call yourself an icon, but we call you an icon.
Thank you.
Because that's who you are, man. We love you, man. We
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for doing the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
What's up? It's Elise Neal. You are watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Stay tuned.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Powered by Black Market Strategies.